Hi Pisces. What a triggering time when it comes to relationships. You have a number 2 that is all over the place. Obviously we're finishing this Libra season and we're getting into Scorpio season with the eclipse in Scorpio. So a lot. And then we're getting into another eclipse also in Taurus on the 8th of November. The first one will be the 25th of October, which is next week. First of all, I just want to say I'm going to be operated this week, so I'll be a little bit absent, but I'll be back at the end of the week. That's also why I haven't been able to do the other signs, but I'll be back to normal very, very soon. I would check the other signs because Pisces, remember that you are not just Pisces, you are a myriad of energies. And so looking at your moon, looking at your rising sign, at the stelliums of planets that are in your birth chart, your north node, if all of this is Chinese for you, I also offer private services that I'll be back to also next week. So all of this information is down below. But Pisces, when it comes to emotions right now, when it comes to twin flames, there's a lot of mirroring. There's a lot of also, is that my twin flame? Is this a false twin flame? Is this just toxic? I mean, there's just so much triggering that we can get into the mind very easily right now and start to judge ourselves, others, and I would say that right now is not the time to decide this is it, I should stay, I should leave, I should just work on myself. At the end of the day, we need to get into the point where we are inside looking out. And what that means is that you're so centered into your own growth, whatever relationships you're finding yourself in, soulmate, twin flame, karmic, whichever, they all teach us. And so here we have fire and water. Those two elements are so significant when it comes to you being in a lot of emotions, but at the same time having the fire of spirit that is guiding you higher and into your mission. And I would say that to get through this season, October, November, the end of this year, truly, Pisces, we need to stay focused, to have a self-discipline that is about our internal world, not the external, whatever is happening in the world, individually, personally. We need to focus into our service, in the first place, why are we here? That will help us go forward, slowly but surely. Also with Mars in retrograde, that could slow things down, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be in action. There is a moving forward right now. There's long-term goals. We are really setting into the relationship for the long term. We're setting into the work for the long term right now. There's just so many shifts, but they are all for us. Remember, it's always for you. It's not against you. So when we talk about this self-discipline, it's also truly about the discipline of your mind. Where are you putting your mind towards? Are you allowing yourself to feel? Are you afraid to feel? There's a lot of those elements right now. Afraid of the attic, afraid of looking, afraid of feeling, and the knee-jerk reaction is always to get into the mind, survival mode, try to figure everything out. And this is not the time to try to figure things out. It's the time to feel, to understand, to explore. We have the Hermit coming through. There was also, by the way, death and rebirth that came through. This is very, very crucial right now that you allow yourself to feel without judging, and learn from whatever you're observing also in your situation, this particular relationship, how you can alchemize. But it's not about either trying to be positive and make things work either, right? There's a surrender, a peace, a tranquility that needs to take place here. We need to stay calm, not lash out to anyone. It's very important. So coming back to fire and water, you have stillness amidst turmoil, feel emotional integration. So this is really the sum up of everything we're going through right now. You had share space, telepathy, co-creation, communing, honoring, and we got another card here of alchemy. So how can we alchemize the experiences we are going through? How can we alchemize, transmute energies, in the midst of a relationship within ourselves? How can we alchemize the feminine, the receiving energy, and the masculine, the doing, the active energy within us? And here you got breathing, ground. This grounding is exactly what we just talked about, this coming back home inside. Whatever is happening, whatever changes are going to be occurring. Feel, again, sensations, purity, clarity, expression. Expressing your truth as well, Pisces. Speak your truth, express yourself. It's very important, but at the same time, there's patience needed. Expressing your truth. Sometimes, we have to be subtle here. Sometimes it's not the time to talk with someone, or there's a way to talk to someone, but we can't either, go and hide, and not say anything, or we can't, let anybody walk on us, but we can't also, decide to stay in a toxic relationship, but we can't also try to escape just because we're afraid of looking. We're afraid of the commitment to ourselves and to others. But at the end of the day, the inner child, is what we are working with right now. The abandonment issues, where heal abandonment, time to forgive. That's huge right now. The codependency, the triggers are going to be coming where you're going to be tested to see if you stand good alone. If you stand whatever is happening in the relationship, that you stand okay here. Because we also got ungrateful daughter and earthly mother. So that could also be, mother healing needed. You have fire mother here. So all of those elements that are coming through. But this has to do with, how do you mother yourself? How do you allow yourself the pleasure, the being okay, being good, feeling good also. And so here, what came through is that the power of sound could be helpful, like, frequencies of music that you can find on YouTube or wherever, listening to the music that, brings you to mantras, to higher consciousness, to this higher perspective we've been talking so much about on this channel. And not getting into the protectiveness, needing to protect yourself and then lashing out, reacting, being rigid. We can't be rigid right now. We have to be flexible. There's an amount of flexibility and understanding and compassion that needs to happen, but at the same time, there needs to be a protection of our boundaries. You have to protect your boundaries. So this alchemy between also your boundary setting and as well the understanding of other needs to be found within each and every one of you. We are all very unique, and we have all very different ways of coping with our internal world, with our circumstances. But at the end of the day, what you can trust, and trust came through as well. It's not here, but it was in the pre-shuffle. You need to trust the process right now, and the only thing you can really trust is the ground within, the breathing, the in. Once you find the vibration, the frequency, you feel the sensations, with calm and expansive mind, then you can allow yourself to experience it all without closing yourself to any experience, only the positive, only the negative. At the end, there needs to be nothing. It's just you're experiencing. And those attachments to feeling good, to feeling loved, all of that, this is crumbling. We can't continue living in this new earth consciousness with that. And so that's why whatever trigger is going to be happening, challenge is going to be happening, you need to really embrace it, because with the knowing that this is actually elevating you to the higher you that perhaps you're not conscious of yet, or that you lose sometimes, right? We are in the midst of this transformation from ignorance to expansion, and the letting go is huge, flowing. We can't hold on anymore. There's nothing to hold on anymore. And it's no longer abstract, You're going to be living it very, very vividly. And don't be afraid of it. This is all, we need to get through it. And we will get through it together. Don't worry. It's just all those emotions are gifts to the portal. All of what we need to go through is going to allow us to, without any expectations of what is going to happen, how is your life is going to be looking like in a month or two or in a year. Am I going to be in this relationship? Am I not going to be in this relationship? Who am I? What is going on? Is this my twin? Is this a false twin? Is this a karmic? Whatever. At the end of the day, there's a higher point where none of this drama exists. And this is the truth of who you are. You have cosmic exploration here, as well as Syrian emissaries. Dream for the new earth. Time now for a magical life. So this is what we need to focus on, Pisces. This is the meaning that we need to keep within us of this new consciousness. This is the meaning that is going to lift us up through those challenges right now, okay? Through those emotions. And you have to fake it till you make it. So you need to, some of you perhaps, it can be helpful to visualize, a guru or a teacher or someone who is elevated permanently, who has some realization that is perhaps more anchored than perhaps where you're at right now. And there's no judgment about this. We are all on the path, right? But we're also all awakened right now. In the snap, you could be nothing. The trouble we find is the lack of self-discipline, where we defocus. We are centered, and then we get out of it. We slip, we fall, we come back to the emotions, to the human that we are. But that's okay, because we are all that as well. So we just need to not be afraid of experiencing it all. Risk and dare. Be courageous, Pisces. This is the true courage. Staying in a status quo, in the illusory peaceful state where there's no argument, nothing, that's not the truth either. That's not the reality. Scorpio lacks the truth. We're getting into the Scorpio season, like we said, the eclipse. All of this is going to challenge us with the truth, the honesty, our authenticity. Are we truly real? And that will deepen the relationships, or it will also break apart in a beautiful way, because as the only thing that you need to focus on is truly your own vibration, because as you focus only on this vibration that is being lifted up, the things that are no longer at your frequency are going to fall away. The people that are no longer at your frequency are going to be falling away. So that's not the issue. The external is not the issue. Again, it's about what is happening within you and your rise, and then that's all. It's the truth. It's the love. It's welcome home. Mission accomplished. 11:11. Increase your frequency. Higher conscious awareness. We did get a soulmate here and twin flame facilitator. clearing core wounds, but we are clearing wounds. So in whatever relationships you find yourself in, and even if you're not in a relationship, we're all connected somehow to someone, family, friends, whichever co-workers, we're all dealing with core wounds here. And you have twin flame facilitator, expansive growth. We are growing at a rapid rate, and that's why it's so hard, because our bodies are also dealing with new frequency, light frequency codes and stuff, and we are all ascending without perhaps seeing it or knowing it. And it's just a lot. So just don't lose courage, don't lose hope. Just know and be prepared, if you're not feeling it right now already, that we're gonna go into the attic. And the attic is not scary. It's just an attic. And once you clean up the attic, you'll be even more alive, and you will be even more joyful, and you'll be even more centered into what love is. And the true you. Perhaps a you that you've never experienced before. A you that is neutral, that is perhaps zero, that is perhaps non-existent in some way. You might recognize a presence that is permanent, that is stable, that is never changing. And perhaps you will awaken to that and be so grateful for all this pressure cooker that's been boiling here, or is going to be boiling for a few months. And recognize, be grateful for just that, right? Let's just be grateful for just that, for the dying process that is bringing us to the rebirth process. It's all about a choice, how you see the situation. The same situation can be seen in two different ways, with the glass half full or half empty, right? Negative, positive. But right now it suggests to stay at the 0 point, where it's just a glass, it's just water. And let's not drown in the water. Let's nourish ourselves with pure intentions and drink this water. Heal ourselves. Heal the womb. Heal the core wounds. And elevate to the higher divine feminine, to the divine mother. However, the words are not enough. To the beyond, to space, Pisces, just space, okay? But don't escape there. Let yourself feel everything as you are elevating the two, okay? So I love you, Pisces. I will see you very soon. And please take care. Be gentle with yourself right now. You need it. Love you.